I just love how people end up trying to spell my name. I get mail for Ms. Sid Ziegler. A lot of people think that if it's CYD, then I must be a Miss because of Sid Charisse. And I love how Starbucks spells my name. I got a CUID a while back. Usually it's SID or SYD, but I don't like to spell my name for people because I'll say Sid, CYD. I'll say, my name's Sid, it's spelled CYD, and they'll still spell SYD. It doesn't register. But I got a CID today, my pumpkin spice latte. Decaf, non-fat, of course. CID. I had not seen that one before. Maybe they're from Spain and El Cid. Michael Sam. So I wrote a column last week explaining how rare it is, in fact, how Michael Sam is the only defensive player of the year from the Big Five conferences since 2000 to get drafted and not end up on a team during the regular season. But a lot of people sent me hate-filled emails. They're pretty nasty. I got a funny one, though. A guy telling me that the gay leaders had led Michael astray, that they should have never convinced him to come out. Michael decided to come out. Howard Bragman and I were really the only gay people who were part of the process after he had already decided to come out. And frankly, I'm not going to try to convince somebody who wants to come out not to. And a lot of nonsense in the emails. Part of the nonsense was that Michael isn't good enough to play in the NFL, despite what various people in the NFL have said, that Michael isn't good enough. They don't want the gay guy to be good enough. So I've taken a look at the preseason stats. Michael's preseason stats, and he had 11 tackles and 3 sacks in 4 preseason games. Of all the defensive ends this year who had at least 8 tackles and 1 sack, that's 3 fewer tackles and 2 fewer sacks, Michael is one of 2 players not to be on a roster of any kind. And in the last 5 years, if you look at all of the rookies across all of the positions who've had at least 10 tackles and 2 sacks, Michael is one of 10% of them who did not end up on a roster throughout a season. So this idea that Michael isn't good enough, the guys with the same preseason stats against the same competition pretty much all ended up on a roster, but Michael did not. So until he's given the opportunity to perform in the regular season, we won't know. And that's the whole point, that he's not being given that opportunity to prove himself and shut these haters up.